Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. So, one of those daytime TV shows that we're doing is The Young and the Restless. But before I get into The Young and the Restless, so I received a comment on the show, and the comment was, you spend so much time talking about soap operas, you know every single little detail, but when it comes to the reality shows, we can barely get you to remember what reality show you're doing. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But in all fairness, if you think about it, soap operas have a very long history. So I have a lot to pull from. You know, I've been watching these shows for decades, so I can go back into my memory banks and remember all these fierce storylines that have happened over the year. Have there been clunkers? Oh my God, a shit ton, totally. But if you think about it, how hard is it to write a show, 52 weeks a year, 5 days a week? I mean, it's gotta be taxing, it's gotta be difficult to try to reinvent the wheel every time. So I get it. I understand it, right? Well, okay. Anyways, and here's the thing too. Because the reality shows haven't been on that long, like for example, I think the longest reality show that I've done on my show is Real Housewives of Orange County, which might have been on, I think, for like 12 years, maybe. So, with them being the longest running show. I mean, Housewives of Orange County, I can delve back into a little bit of history, but even still, it's not that much. So, especially because they just air once a week as opposed to 5 times a week. So, I apologize if you are, real big on the reality shows, but the reality, no pun intended, is reality shows don't really need me to, they don't need my commentary because everyone's watching reality shows. So that's fine, that's great. But soaps need people talking about soaps. I definitely think that you should check that out. Wait, so I've got to tell you about this before one more thing about Young and the Restless, and then we'll go into the show. So, Marla Adams, I love me some Dina Mergeron, and I love me some Marla Adams. Right? And this week that I watched was no different. I mean, she actually had a moment of clarity and she went out with Jack and, then all of a sudden at the end, she started to, get upset because she couldn't remember things. And Jack is trying to get out of her who his father is, but she doesn't know. I mean, well, okay. So, but this is the fierce thing. So, I love me some Marla Adams, and she was actually the only star on the red carpet to notice me and to acknowledge me on the red carpet. That was so nice. She is so sweet. I love her. And she, okay, so what happened was she's doing this event in Canada, I think, and she's being tagged in all these pictures on Twitter and on Instagram. So I didn't know that she had an Instagram, so that's cool. And then I saw that she was banned from Twitter. Okay, that's fucking fierce. I don't care what anyone says, that is fierce. Because let's be real, Twitter is like the cool mom of all of the social media accounts. I mean, it's been around a while, and they'll pretty much allow anything on Twitter, right? Well, not Marla Adams, apparently. That's fucking gangster. I fucking love it. As Marla Adams, she's banned from Twitter, which is fucking great. I love it. It just cracks me up. And then as Dina Mergeron, she fucking stabs Nikki and then turns herself into the police. Oh my God, she is the best. She really is the greatest. I fucking love her so much. She cracks my shit up, I swear. Okay, so this week on Young and the Restless, the week I just finished, it was Summer is now back in town. Okay, so here's the thing about Summer. Now, there have been quite a few actresses that have played Summer over the years. There have been, children, teenagers. I get it. Okay, it's fine. But I heard a rumor, which obviously ended up being not true, that Courtney Hope, who played Sally Spectra on The Bold and the Beautiful, is going to be the new Summer Newman on Young and the Restless. I was all down for that. I'm like, listen, if you're going to write her off B&B, write her onto Y&R, that is fine with me. I'm okay with that. And because the last summer, Hunter Haley King had starred on a primetime series, so she couldn't find the time for the both, so they had her do the primetime show, and so they wrote Summer off. Okay, well, it wasn't true. But the good news is that Courtney Hope is coming back to Bold and the Beautiful, so I'm excited about it. I haven't got there yet, but I know she's back, so I'm excited about that. And so Hunter Haley King, you know, there was that rumor going around that there was this Me Too issue with her and Michael Muhney, who was the old Adam Newman. Now, that has never been substantiated by anybody ever. So I don't know if I necessarily believe that story. But I will say, you know, as cool as it is that the fans love Michael Muhney, and I love Michael Muhney too, actually. I follow him on Twitter. But as cool as it is that the fans are there for Michael Muhney and they're petitioning for his return, storyline-wise, you've got to think that doesn't make any sense because, you know, Adam Newman, who looked like Michael Muhney, then got in this car accident and he got a new face to look like Justin Hartley. So how, if he shows up looking like Michael Muhney again, it's going to be like, it's a little bit crazy. It's a little crazy. Anyways. So yeah, so Summer Newman is back. Okay, so Summer's back, and already she's causing she's wreaking all kinds of hell. You know, she comes back, she does get arrested for stealing this car because she's driving this fierce sports car, and then she's kind of a dick about it though, because she like makes Tessa like go out and watch her car every 15 minutes to make sure that nothing happens to it, which is kind of annoying. And she comes back and she sees Kyle, and Kyle kind of swoops in and says, I'm with her now. And he's talking about Mariah because he knows Mariah and Summer don't get along that well. And so that's fine. That's great. So they end up kind of playing together that whole night, even though they know that, you know, it's really all about Mariah and Tess. I'm still holding out hope that they'll get back together. I really would like to see them as a couple. Okay. So then she hangs out with Arturo and starts dancing with Arturo. Okay. God bless Arturo. First of all, this is what I love about Arturo. I love the fact that he does not see anyone's age. Like, it doesn't matter to him how old they are. If they're hot, they're hot. Now, that might be just a guy that's potentially, you know, horny every day. And doesn't really care, or a horn dog. That's fine. I don't care. Whatever. But it could be like a really sweet thing, you know, that he's just, it just matters, you know. I guess it just matters that you have a vagina. But that just makes things seem so tawdry. So yeah, so he hooked up with Nikki. Then he started to hook up with Abby, and now he's hooking up with Summer. And Abby is like, wow, you're just hitting the Newman trifecta, aren't you? You know, so they had some issues, but then they've worked them out, and now they're fine. The two of them are together, they're fine. Sharon is freaking out because, you know, Victor is going to sue Nick for custody of Christian. And this is what I don't understand. Victor is all about his children, right? Okay. Now, regardless of who raises Christian, whether it's Nick, who was married to Sage when Christian was born, or Adam, who's now dead anyways, or at least on the show, we all think he's dead. Regardless of who raises him, he's still in the Newman family, right? So I'm not quite sure why he has the need to sue his own son and alienate his own son to get his grandchild, who is a baby, who's not going to know anything yet. Just, you know, let him have his childhood, and then once he becomes a grown-up, you can, you know, if you want to have him come live with you, you can. But I mean, it just seems so petty. It seems like he's really being Petty LaBelle, and I think he needs to just calm down. So Sharon tried to reason with Victor, but I mean, come on, has anyone really reasoned with Victor? Really? No. So she tried to reason with Victor, that didn't work. So then she goes up to Nikki, and she tells Nikki, either you make him drop this lawsuit or I'm going to tell about JT. Woo! I was like, it's about fucking time that bitch knows that she's got the upper hand. She could totally send Nikki right to fucking jail. Now, granted, Sharon might spend some time in jail with her, but she could also negotiate an immunity deal. And not just that, but she could negotiate that immunity deal, especially because her ex-father-in-law is the chief of police, right? Let's not forget, she was married to Dylan, who was Paul's son with Nikki. And that's one thing I want Nikki to remember is that, you know, she has, think of all of her children. You know, she's got Nick, she's got Victoria, and she's got Dylan. So, you know, I just want her to remember that. So it would be nice if they mentioned Dylan every once in a while. Speaking of Dylan, on the next episode, when I do the General Hospital recap, I'm going to start off by talking about the reunion of, not the reunion, see, that's how I am hooked on reality shows. I keep thinking about things in terms of reunions. There's no reunion. About the comedy show that I went to with Bradford Anderson and Stephen Burton, who played, Dylan on Young and the Restless. And it was really funny. So I'll talk about that next episode. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for logging on today. Have a great day. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag YR to talk Young and the Restless, or you can also hashtag GH to talk General Hospital. I'm doing that next. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. You can give this video a thumbs up. And you can look around my YouTube channel for my Storytime with Angel Benton series. Alrighty, everyone. Thanks for logging on today. Have a great day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.